Russian President Vladimir Putin has announced integration of 4 provinces of Ukraine into Russia. These are Kherson and Zaporizhia in the south, Luhansk and about 70% of Donetsk in the east. Ukraine is livid. UN has called it unacceptable, and US has announced some sanctions. But are these enough really to deter Russia from pushing on with its offensive?
Владимирович Путин.
A grand concert at the Red Square and a huge ceremony at Kremlin. Russian President Vladimir Putin announced the formal integration of 4 provinces of Ukraine into Russia.
As you know, referendums were held in the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republic, the Zaporizhia and Kherson region. Their results have been summed up. The results are known. People have made their choice, an unambiguous choice. Today we are signing agreements on the admission of the Donetsk People's Republic, the Luhansk People's Republic, the Zaporizhia region and the Kherson region to Russia. I'm sure that the Federal Assembly will support federal laws on the adoption and formation of 4 new regions in Russia, 4 new entities of the Russian Federation.
4 новых регионов, 4 новых субъектов Российской Федерации.
Moscow now directly controls an additional 15% of Ukraine's territory. In 2014, Russia had taken control of Crimea, and since its special operations were launched on the 24th of February, Russia has also now annexed Kherson, Zaporizhia, close to 70% of Donetsk and the entire Luhansk province. Russia claimed 99% respondents in the referendum voted in favor of integration with Russia. President Putin announced special projects for construction of schools and hospitals in the 4 provinces. There is anger and anguish in Ukraine, with President Volodymyr Zelensky announcing that sham referendum was not only unacceptable but would make no difference to the people on ground.
The entire territory of our country will be liberated from this enemy. The enemy not only of Ukraine, but also of life itself, humanity, law and truth. Russia already knows this. It feels our power. It sees that it is here in Ukraine that we prove the strength of our values. And that is why, in a hurry, it organizes this farce with the attempted annexation. Tries to steal something that does not belong to it. Wants to rewrite history and redraw borders with murders, torture, blackmail and lies. Ukraine will not allow that.
On ground, some desperately hoped Ukrainian forces will be able to retake the lost territories. Russian forces have faced major reverses in some territories in the east around Kharkiv and were forced to pull back. Ukrainian forces, armed with the latest NATO weapons, have made gains in past weeks. In fact, angered by the Russian move, Ukraine announced accelerated NATO membership. Both Europe and US have announced a series of sanctions against Russia.
The United States will never recognize Russia's claims on Ukraine's sovereign territory. The so-called referenda was a sham.
The United Nations too said any change of borders was unacceptable.
The fighting in Ukraine must stop. It's raging across the country from air, land and sea. It must stop now.
With the onset of winters, the apprehension is the fighting is only set to intensify and the next phase of war could be even deadlier. Bureau Report, India Today.